relatively quickly. In your case, I'm going to order you postpone the amount of $2,500 cash or secured. You're to possess no alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs. If you do postpone, you're to possess no firearms. You have no contact of any kind with the alleged victims in the case and not go to the incident locations. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm also going to consolidate cause numbers CM 2401-2366, CM 2402-0494. And I'm going to vacate the hearing currently set on August 12th at 10:30 a.m., which is a pretrial. Your next hearing on all these matters will be on August 16, 2024 at 1:45 in Tucson City Court in front of Judge Mayhew. If you're still in custody, if you don't post bond, you'll be, the jail will make sure you appear. If you do post bond, you have to appear at that. You understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you take care of yourself, all right?
Okay.
Bye.
All right. So I'm saying.
Hello, Your Honor. Are there any Spanish-speaking defendants?
Hold on a minute. Whoever that was,
Okay.
whoever that was, say that again.
Are there any Spanish-speaking defendants?
I think we have one in the mix. Is that right, Alma? Yeah,
Okay.
we'll get to, I believe it's a her. No? Oh. Okay, no, it's not a her. It's
I'll be here. You let me know.
thank you. We'll try to get to that as quickly as possible.
No problem. Thank you.
Who else is on there? I see Jen Nagley. Evening, Jen.
Hi, Judge. How are you?
I'm fine. How you been?
Good.
All right. And Alma, who else is on there? Can you tell? Is somebody grass? Oh, okay. I'll find out. Good evening. Can you tell me your name?
Albert Mendes.
Mendes. Anybody know? I see a Danny. Is this city, James?
That's a number one.
Number what? 101? Oh, one of almost. Okay, sorry. Thank you. All right. Good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance in this case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. In this case, looks like you were, don't say anything. In this case, looks like you were cited for disorderly conduct fighting, a class 1 misdemeanor. What I'm going to do is, there you are. Stand by. What I'm going to do, Mr. Mendes, is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing, okay? I'm going to put in some, I'm going to give you some information and put in some conditions. Your next hearing is going to be your arraignment on, looks like September 5 of 2024. Stand by, please. At 8:45 a.m. in front of Judge, I think you're assigned to Judge Cornejo, but you'll be, the arraignment will be in front of Judge Ball. You need to appear. If you don't appear, you're going to find yourself with a warrant. You're going to be sitting back in orange. As conditions of release, you do not possess any firearms. You're to have no contact with the named victim in the case. All right, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I have a question for Alma. Alma, it shows legal advocate as counsel. That's something you check? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
You'll be released later on. While we're waiting for the next person, do I have any victims on the phone?
Yes,
What's your name, ma'am?
Lisa Jean,
And which case are you appearing on?
Amber Wick.
On Amber? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll get to you as soon as we can, okay? I appreciate your patience. Good evening. Can you tell me your
Hi,
name?
yes,
Can you tell me?
Yes, it's Damon Rodriguez, Your Honor.
Be right with you. Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, we're here, and that is. Thank you. Mr. Rodriguez, we're here for what's called your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I meant to ask the other fella. Let's see, I see an address on East 26th Street. Is that still a good address?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right. Like I said, we're here for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. You've been charged with some domestic violence misdemeanors, criminal damage, looks like assault and something else that I can't read the officer's handwriting. Give me a second.
Hi, Judge. This is Angelina Lyons on the line.
Okay, are you here appearing for Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be right with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, what would you like me to know, ma'am? All I'm doing today is, we're not gonna retry the case. All I'm doing today is trying to figure out what would be some good release conditions for Mr. Rodriguez. What is it you'd like me to know?
Well, I was trying to submit some information just because I got some report back and some of it is misinformation. The phone that was broken.
No, ma'am, please. That'll be for the judge to find the case. All I want to know is the question before me is what I should do for release conditions. Do you want to be heard? Are you asking that he be held, that he not be held? I will consider it. No guarantees I'll grant. What do you?
Yes, sir. My apologies. I would like to request for him to be released. He does have a daughter that we co-parent through his sister with.
Okay.
So her birthday's coming up. He is a really good dad, and I would just try to sway the court into release.
Okay. And what about contact? Are you asking that he be permitted to have contact with you or no?
Yes. So like I said, we do have a 1-year-old daughter. We have contact mostly through his sister.
Okay.
But yes.
Okay. Thank you. And I don't think I'm being rude. I just got to move things along. And
No, not at all.
People, they want to try the whole case. So,
We're busy, Your Honor.
no, you're fine.
You're a busy man.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release, you, Mr. Rodriguez, on your promise to appear at the next hearing. It'll be the arraignment on, September 5, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. in front of Judge Ball in Pima County Justice Court. If you don't appear, a warrant issues and you're sitting
Of course, Your Honor.
wearing the orange like a pumpkin.
Exactly. I fully understand, Your Honor.
Okay, a couple other conditions. Listen closely, all right? No firearms or weapons, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and no acts of domestic violence. I'm not going to enter any no contact orders based on the information I have before me, but if things get hot, you have to leave. You understand me?
Of course, yes. No, of course, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you, ma'am, for calling. You can go ahead and hang up.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. How are you?
Good evening, Judge. I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. Your name came up in a conversation and me and the other person in the conversation were speaking very highly of you. So always good to see you.
Oh my. Thank you so much, Your Honor. It's likewise. It's always a pleasure to see you.
And Miss Nagley, don't feel left out. I say nice things about you too. So. Hello, can you tell me your name?
Trevon Brown.
Mr. Brown. Is he one of yours, James? Brown. Be right with you, Mr. Brown. Did you also go by Trevon Howell?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I thought you said Brown. I'm hard of hearing. Okay. All right, let me pull it up. Okay, so it's Hal, you're Trevon Hal?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, find your file. Okay, this is a time set for initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, so don't say anything. Let me just read this real quickly and we'll go from there. Okay, yeah, you've been charged with misdemeanor disorderly conduct. Stand by, please. We don't have an address for you. General delivery, is that still kind of your situation there, Mr. Howell?
You said, say that again?
We don't have a good address for you. It's just general delivery. Is that pretty much your situation?
Not right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. All right, let me pull up your thing. And I have a question for the clerk. Alma, can you tell if you must be being held on something else? Howell. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Stand by. Okay, yeah, I see you're being held on bond in a different matter. What I'm going to do is, just so you get time credit, I'm gonna hold you on a bond on this matter at $500 cash or secured. And can you tell Alma who his lawyer is? Well, he must have a lawyer for the other case. You wouldn't, that's not something you'd know. Okay, you don't even know where the lawyer is. Okay, so I need to appoint him a new one on this one, right? Yeah. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, I haven't done this calendar very often, so I'm still kind of learning, so bear with me, Mr. Howell. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order you be held on this matter, $500 cash or bond, pretrial services if you are if you post bond and are released. If you are released, no alcohol or drugs, no fire attack with the alleged victim in the case. In this matter, I'm going to appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you in this case. Stand by. Your next hearing is going to be the arraignment tomorrow, August 7, 2024 at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Vince Roberts. All right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. And Ms. Altschuler, she'll help you out in this case. You understand?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Take care of yourself.
All right.
Bye.
You can take it.
Your Honor, the jail just informed me that Jacob Netherby refused, so I have no objection if you want to continue him to tomorrow morning.
Okay. Thanks. Okay, what I'm going to do on Mr. Netherby is I'm going to reset this matter for the initial appearance calendar for tomorrow. So all that other stuff I put in there, just take out almost about release conditions. Okay. All right. Hello, can you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. Joshua.
And Joshua, what's your last name?
Markley.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, Mr. Markley, this is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let me find your case. Last address we have, actually, the only address we have for you is a general delivery address. Is that still that still all you have?
Yes, sir. That's what, all I'm on is right now. Yes, sir.
Okay. Looks like you're here on. Are these warrants? Yeah, these are warrants.
Yeah, that's right. I know. It's,
Here on a couple of warrants, what I'm gonna do is figure out what would be a good way to handle these. I'm gonna set bond in this amount, and excuse me, I'm gonna reset bond on these, $1,000 cash or secured. I'm going to appoint. Let me find something here. I'm sorry, your next hearing is the arraignment set for tomorrow at 1 p.m. And that's going to be in front of Judge Vince Roberts here in Justice Court. Stand by, I have a hard time typing it. If you do post bond, you're to possess no alcohol, illegal drugs, no firearms, and have no contact with the alleged victims in either case, and do not go to the incident location in either case. I'm going to appoint.
how are you doing? Talking about. Talking about.
Okay, well, I'm going to appoint Doug Taylor to represent you, and he'll come over and he'll tell you what's going on. Okay, you're going to be appointed. You're going to be arraigned tomorrow. Okay, he's a smart guy. He'll let you know what's going on. All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Markley. You're excused.
Have a seat out there.
Go to the mills. Out there, go to the mills.
Hello, can you tell me your name, please?
No, no, my deepest.
You want yours?
That's 103.
Okay. Looks like she's just hearing some warrants. Looks like this is initial appearance. Looks like you have some warrants. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. What we're here today to do is put something in place so you'll deal with these warrants instead of keep on getting picked up on these warrants. So what I got to do is figure out what would be some good, fair release conditions for you. Stand by. Looks like we have an address on East Badger Road. Is that still a good address?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing, but you gotta show up and deal with these warrants. These are misdemeanors. I mean, if you keep playing games on these, you'll keep getting picked up. You'll spend more time in jail on the warrants than you might if you pled guilty. I don't know for certain, but that's what happens. People get into these kind of rotations. So you got to be smart and deal with the warrant. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next court date, which is on September 10, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. in Tucson City Court in front of Judge Lisa Cerrillo. You're to possess and consume no alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, have no contact with the victim in the case, and not to go to the incident location. You understand all that?
Yes.
Make sure you follow those rules. Make sure you go see Judge Cerrillo on the 5th of September, like I said, all right?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. You're excused.
Go home. Well, here, have to with the females. Over. Have a seat with the females.
How we doing on that interpreter matter? Be right with you, ma'am. Jail officer, any chance we could move up Baka because we have an interpreter on the line?
Sure,
Thanks.
we're good.
Hi. Can you tell me your name, please, ma'am?
Aisha Chantel Thomas.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Aisha Chantel Thomas.
Thomas. All right. Four. Well, got it. All right. This is what's called an initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You're here because you have an outstanding warrant on a criminal trespass charge on a misdemeanor at a Tucson City Court. Yeah, it looks like it's been around for a while. You got to deal with these things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to advise you of when the next hearing is so you can deal with this case and you don't keep on getting picked up on this warrant. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
You got to deal with it. If not, you'll just keep getting picked up. You with me?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing. Your next hearing is on September 9, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. in Tucson City Court in front of Judge Maldonado. As conditions of release, you're to possess or consume no alcohol beverages or illegal drugs, not to possess any firearms or weapons. You're not to have any contact with the victim and not return to the incident location. Can you do all that?
Yes.
So it's going to be on.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be on September 9, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. Tucson City Court in front of Judge Maldonado. Make sure you go or you get picked up again. All right.
All right.
Okay. Your excuse. Thank you. Good luck.
Who's another Filipino?
It was, sir.
Hello. Can you tell me your name?
Hola,
Your Honor, he's the,
Oh, is this the interpreter matter?
Lesder.
yes.
Madam Interpreter, ready?
Yes, Your Honor, go
All right.
ahead.
All right. Tell me your name, please.
Dígame su nombre, por favor.
Lesder Baka.
And what's your date of birth?
¿Y su fecha de nacimiento cuál es?
Mayo 28 del 2003.
May 28, 2003.
Okay. And one moment.
Momento.
We have an address on South Church. Is that in Atlanta? You live in Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
¿Usted vive en Atlanta?
Sí.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Esta es la hora fijada para su comparecencia inicial.
You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you.
Usted tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio y cualquier cosa que usted diga puede ser usada en su contra.
What I'm going to do today is set release conditions.
Lo que voy a hacer el día de hoy va a ser fijar condiciones de libertad.
And what I'm going to do is set bond in this matter at $5,000 cash or secured.
Voy a fijar una fianza de $5,000, ya sea en efectivo o con garantía.
And I'm sorry, counsel, I didn't give you an opportunity to make a pitch. Ms. Nagley?
Oh, y lo siento. Abogado, no le di oportunidad de hablar.
Judge, given what you're inclined to do, if you're going to set $5,000 bond, we were going to ask for a bond given the nature of the offense and the fact that he doesn't have any community ties. He was born in Guatemala, according to the pretrial services report, and his address is in Atlanta. So for those reasons, Judge, we are asking for a bond.
Okay. Counsel, your thoughts?
I didn't know if the interpreter wanted to go, but I can go.
Yes, thank you. Entonces dice el abogado de oficio que si usted, su señoría, ya está inclinado a fijar una fianza, eso es lo que le íbamos a pedir debido a la naturaleza del delito y que esta persona no tiene lazos a esta comunidad. Y dice aquí que es de Guatemala, según el informe, y tiene un domicilio en Atlanta. Le pedimos que fije una fianza.
My apologies, Madam Interpreter.
And that's okay, Your Honor.
Go ahead, counsel.
Thank you, Judge. So all I want to say is the pretrial services report does show that he has some ties to Glendale, Arizona. That's on the information sheet. Also, Your Honor, Mr. Bamaka is just 21 and he has no felony history whatsoever. And Your Honor, he can make arrangements to live in Tucson if you were to release him today. And Jill, I believe there is no ICE hold yet. There is no ICE hold yet. So for those reasons, we asked for release. And for the record, the state was only asking for 2,500. So if you're inclined to set a bond, we just ask that it be lower than the 5,000, please. Thank you.
Go ahead, Madam Interpreter.
Entonces, el abogado de oficio, perdón, el otro era el fiscal. El abogado de oficio menciona que en el informe de la agencia previa al juicio, dice que usted tiene unos lazos, ciertos lazos a la comunidad allá en Glendale y tiene 21 años de edad, no tiene un historial de delitos mayores y usted podría hacer algún tipo de arreglo para poder permanecer aquí en Tucson si el juez se lo ordena y todavía no hay una detención por parte de migración. Y quisiéramos también mencionar que la fiscalía había solicitado una fianza de 2,500, entonces le pedimos que fije una fianza menor.
I'm going to set bond in the amount of $5,000 cash or secured.
Voy a fijar una fianza de $5,000, ya sea en efectivo o con garantía.
Should defendant post bond, he shall be subject to supervision by pretrial services.
Si el acusado llega a pagar la fianza y sale en libertad, va a ser supervisado bajo la agencia previa al juicio.
He shall not drive a car without a valid license.
No debe de conducir un vehículo sin una licencia válida.
Shall not consume alcohol or illegal drugs.
No debe consumir alcohol ni drogas ilícitas.
And no firearms or weapons.
Y no armas de fuego ni ningún otro tipo de armas.
I will appoint the public defender's office to represent defendants.
Se va a nombrar a un abogado de oficio para que lo represente.
The next hearing is a preliminary hearing on August 16, 2024 at 1:30 p.m.
Su siguiente fecha de audiencia va a ser el 16 de agosto a la 1:30 de la tarde.
If you do post bond, you need to make sure
Si usted llega a pagar la fianza y sale en libertad, usted debe de comparecerse en todas sus futuras audiencias.
if you don't post bond, the jail officers will make sure that you are available to appear at the hearing.
Si no paga fianza, entonces el personal de la cárcel va a hacer su trabajo para que usted pueda estar presente en sus audiencias.
Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Gracias, se puede retirar.
Thank you, Madam Interpreter. You're excused.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Wits.
Oh, there's the one.
Wits.
Hi, can you tell me your name?
Amber Wicks.
All right, Ms. Wicks, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Well, what I do today is figure out what are some release conditions to ensure that you appear at all future hearings in this case. I've had an opportunity to look at what's going on. Again, don't say anything. You have the right to remain silent. Everything's being recorded. Stand by, please. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm concerned about repetitive behavior in a very short period of time. I don't think current release conditions are working. I'm going to set bond in this matter, $1,500 cash or secured. If you do post bond, you're to possess, consume no alcohol, you're to commit no acts of domestic violence, you're to possess no firearms or weapons, you're to have no contact of any kind with the alleged victims, and you're not to return to the incident location. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to consolidate this matter with CM 2402-8512, CM 2402-9616, CM 2402-9983. I'm going to vacate the hearing currently set on those matters on August 27, 2024 at 2 p.m. And I'm going to order, I don't have a stand by, please. There should be a purple sheet. Oh, this one. There it is. I am going to order that your next hearing shall go forward on August 15, 2024 at 1:45 p.m. You're going to be in front of Judge Mayhew. If you post bond, you have to make sure you appear. If you don't appear, another warrant shall issue and it'll just be more trouble. You understand me?
Yes.
I thought I put it in a different calendar. Your excuse, thank you.
You're not being released.
You can go. Home of that other no show was right. Correct? Yeah. Right.
Nathaniel.
Hello, can you tell me your name, please?
Nathaniel Landrith.
All right. Be right with you. All right, Mr. Landrith, find your file. Okay, Mr. Landrith, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Stand by for 1 minute. Miss Nagley, did the state wish to be heard on release conditions?
Judge, we would just note, given the nature of the offense and the age of the victim, we would ask that he be held on a $35,000 bond.
Okay. Your thoughts, counsel?
Judge, they just brought him up, so can I get 30 seconds to just chat with him?
Absolutely. Take your time.
Thank you. Your Honor, all I want to say is Mr. Landrith has absolutely no felony history whatsoever. And I do understand pretrial is noting in its report that separate housing away from the class of victims protected by the statute was not available. Although, as I said, they just brought Nathaniel up right now, and he did confirm to me that he has nobody living with him that is protected by the class of no one from the class of victims protected by the statute. Your Honor, he can also make separate arrangements to live with a friend. He has strong ties to Tucson. He's lived here 27 years. He's employed full time. Your Honor, this is a first time felony offense, so we respectfully ask for release at this time, given the complete lack of criminal history. But if you're not inclined, we ask that the bond be no more than $1,000. Thank you, Judge.
Stand by. You bet. Okay, what I'm going to do in this matter, Mr. Landrith, is I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Your next hearing is the preliminary hearing currently scheduled for August 26th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. The chances of that being moved or changed are very high, so it's important that you keep in touch with pretrial services. And I'm also appointing the public defender's office to represent you. You keep in touch with that, with your appointed counsel, to make sure you show up at any hearing. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're to possess no alcohol or illegal drugs. You're not to have any firearms or weapons. You're to have no contact with minors and no use of computers outside any work requirements. Is that something you think you can do?
Yes, sir.
Everybody in the world is attached to a computer or a cell phone. Do you think you can do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Again, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office. Your next hearing is, again, the preliminary hearing on August 26th of 2024. Okay. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're excused. Thank you. Hello, can you tell me your name?
Patrick Barrett.
Good evening, Mr. Barrett. This is the time set for your initial appearance. Let me pull up your file. I'll be right with you, okay?
All right.
All righty. Okay, this time for your initial appearance, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. What I'm doing today is all I'm doing is setting initial release conditions. They can be subject to change and all that, but these are just the initial appearance release conditions. I'm going to hear first from the state and then that lawyer sitting next to you. You understand? Ms. Nagley.
Judge, excuse me, Judge, we're asking for a $50,000 bond on this matter, given the nature of the offense where the defendant used a machete and attacked the victim. The victim did have injuries on his legs and hands and tried to get the machete away from the defendant, but was unable to do so. There were 2 witnesses that observed the incident that happened. The defendant also has a history of failing to appear. He has an active NVCA flag. And he does have some prior misdemeanor history. It's unknown exactly what that is or how old it is, given the limited pretrial services report. So for all of those reasons, Judge, we're asking for a bond.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, that amount was what?
50,000, Judge.
Okay. Your thoughts, counsel?
Your Honor, we just would like to add that Mr. Barrett has absolutely no felony history, and the state's right. He does seem to have some misdemeanor history, but it's unclear as to what the nature of those misdemeanors. Your Honor, pretrial also indicated the need for mental health screening, which could not be completed. For all those reasons, Your Honor, we respectfully ask for release, but if you're not inclined, we ask for a $5,000 cash or secured bond.
Thank you, counsel. I appreciate everybody's input. What I'm going to order is that Mr. Barrett be held on bond of $20,000 cash or secured. Should he post bond, he shall be subject to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. He's to have no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. He's to have no contact with the alleged victims, not return to the incident location. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him. The next hearing is a preliminary hearing currently set on August 16, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. That hearing will likely move, Mr. Barrett, so it's important that if you do post bond, you keep in touch with pretrial services and your assigned public defender, so they will let you know where you need to be so another warrant won't issue. You understand, sir?
Understand?
Thank you.
Your Honor, I think Mr. Barrett also has some city court stuff.
He does, sorry, thank you. All right, we're also here in the city court.
Okay.
There's something, stand by one more. There's something about this, if I hold on this. There's a, what's the name of that calendar?
It's called NTR, non-transport review.
Not transport.
And that's the same thing as the out date.
Okay, so
And then there's like a box check.
So it's beyond my fund.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can still set a bond.
Well, if you set a bond, then you would still do the video date.
Yeah,
Regardless.
but no, set bond.
If you release on this one, it'll be the out date.
Just gonna hold on. Okay, we're also here on a city matter. It looks like you've been, actually, it's a FTA and criminal trespass in third degree. You know what, I'm gonna release you on that one. The next hearing will be on the on September 5, 2024 at 3 p.m. and that's the non-transport review calendar. Okay, the conditions are the same. Don't possess or consume alcohol. Possess no firearms and don't return to the incident location. You understand? Do I need to appoint?
It's wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna appoint the city's public defender's office to represent you in this one, just to make sure you're. Okay, thank you. You're excused now. Thanks. You're excused. Thank you. That's a mess that I still don't understand, so ask him. Hello, can you tell me your name?
Marquette Davis.
Hello, Mr. Davis. This is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You're here. Let me pull your file and see what I got. Looks like we got maybe some warrants too. I think it's all warrants. Maybe it's all warrants. Stand by. Is that right, Alma? Is it just all warrants? That's it? Okay, yeah, these are all just Superior Court warrants. Ms. Nagley, you want to be heard on this?
Judge, I have nothing additional to add from the written recommendation.
I don't know that I saw your written recommendation this evening on any of these. It's behind the warrant.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, you're asking for 25,000 plus pretrial services?
Correct, Judge.
Okay, counsel, your thoughts?
Your Honor, as the court already noted, this is a grand jury warrant. It's a grievous strangulation charge. I understand the bond listed $25,000. The bond listed on the warrant is $25,000. Your Honor, Mr. Davis has lived in Arizona 20 years. The other misdemeanor matter that Petra is talking about predates the instant offense. It's from 2022. Your Honor, we respectfully submit that the 25,000 is kind of high. So we would definitely ask for a lower bond. I mean, we would take release if the court is inclined, but we ask for a $5,000 bond, cash or secured, if you're not.
Thank you, counsel. I appreciate your input as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to order bond in the amount of $10,000 cash or secured. Should defendant post bond, he shall be subject to pretrial services and monitoring and treatment as directed. He shall commit no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms, no contact with the alleged victim in the case, and do not go to the incident location. I'm going to appoint counsel to represent the public legal, looks like the legal advocate to represent Mr. Davis, and to be specific, no contact with Kiana Page.
Yeah.
Okay, the next hearing is on August 13 at 1:30. It's a criminal arraignment in Pima County Superior Court in front of Judge Metzger. Okay, thank you, Mr. Davis.
Thank you.
Bye. We got one more of yours.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry. I missed that arraignment date. I know it was 135.
August 13, I believe.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry about that.
Oh, that'll be still, that's fine.
Bill just told me that one, is refusing.
Oh, this guy's
Yeah.
refusing.
So they want to see if you continue to.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If you're excited.
No, I didn't. Oh, so just continue this tomorrow. And you're doing it?
And then I know it's still in the top and it's all signed.
Your Honor. Yeah. The jail is just telling me that Mr. Davis, I believe, has city court matters we have to deal with. Warrants? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Sorry about that, Mr. Davis. There's some other stuff. My bad.
You're good.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, looks like you got some city court matters. I think they are all, looks like they're all warrants. Yeah, they are. There's this all misdemeanor, devious assault, disorderly conduct, something about obedience to police. What I'm going to do is on this, I want to make sure you get time credit on it. So I'm going to order bond in the amount of $500 cash or secured. If you're released, possess no alcohol or illegal drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence, possess no firearms, no contact with the alleged victim, do not return to the incident location. I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent you in this matter. Your next hearing is on August 14, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Million. Okay? If you're still in on either this one or the other one, the jail will make sure you appear. Okay?
Okay.
Now we're done. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello, Cruz.
And Your Honor, I was just informed that Mr. Winterhawk, I believe Liston, right? He refused.
Yeah.
He's a misdemeanor and keeps it.
Got that. Thank you very much.
Of course. Yeah.
Hello, can you tell me your name?
Adam Michael De La Cruz.
How you doing, Mr. Cruz? Mr. De La Cruz? You okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to be talking too much. You let that guy next to you. He's a very smart lawyer. He's been in front of me a lot. Smart guy. So let him do the talking. You all right? Okay. This is the time set for what's called the initial appearance. All I do is decide what the release conditions are. I don't make any other decision about the case. You understand? Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Ms. Nagley, your thought?
Judge, we're asking that he be released to pretrial services and substance abuse and mental health treatment as directed by pretrial services.
All right. That would be my inclination, counsel. You good with that?
Absolutely, Judge. No objection.
Okay. I'm going to order as follows. I'm going to release you to Mr. De La Cruz to pretrial services. You to follow all monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Surrender any firearm that you have and do not possess any firearms or weapons. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I don't have any information about the folks back home not wanting to see you, so I'm not going to put anything in. I'm not going to order anything about that. Okay. Yeah, looks like Erica said she wants you back and you can come back to the house. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, your next hearing is on August 26, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. It's called the preliminary hearing. The chances of that moving are very high. It's going to be moved most likely. So it's really important that when you're released, you call pretrial services and you call your lawyer at the public defender's office, because if you don't show up, it'll move. And if you don't show up, you don't get to say, Marner told me it was that date. They're going to say, who's Marner? All right. What you got to do is you got to make sure you keep in touch with your lawyer. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Let's get this worked out. All right. Good luck.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
Right. Okay.
First, section of the house. Okay. You're good at that.
Hi, can you tell me the name?
Easy to hurt.
Okay. Good evening, Ms. Dupont. This is a time set for what's called initial appearance. All I do is decide what the release conditions are going to be. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hear from the deputy prosecutor who's got the duty tonight, and then I'm going to hear to the lawyer next to you, and then I'll tell you what the release conditions are, okay? All right, go ahead, Ms. Nagley.
Judge, we're asking for a $2,500 bond in lieu of no bond. It looks like she was arrested on a different matter last week and was released to pretrial services and committed a new crime. So instead of asking for a no bond hearing, we're asking for a $2,500 bond.
Okay. Counsel, your thoughts?
Your Honor, given that the state can ask for no bond, I think Ms. Nagley's ask is very, very reasonable. But in order to advocate for Ms. Dupont, all I want to say is the old felony judge was a criminal trespass, class 6 felony. The new charge she has picked up is criminal damage, which I believe is also a class 6 felony. So we're asking this time for one more chance so she can take care of both these cases. A preliminary hearing is scheduled on the last matter. So I think we will have 2 separate indictments. But Judge, that is what we are requesting this time. If not, a $500 nominal bond for time. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. What I'm going to do in this matter is I'm going to order Ms. Dupont held on $2,500 bond, cash is secured. Should she post bond, she shall be subject to pretrial release, monitoring, and treatment as directed by pretrial services. She's to possess no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. She's not to have any contact with the alleged victim business and not return to any of the victim alleged locations. Excuse me. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent her. The next hearing is on August 16, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. Okay, so if you post bond, Ms. Dupont, you got to make sure you keep in touch with pretrial services and your lawyer because that preliminary hearing date will likely change. All right? Okay. We're done. You're excused. Thank you. Oh, wait,
Judge,
never
can I
mind.
just-
No, hold on. Never mind. We're not done. Do I have that?
In number 11.
Oh, number 11. Keep on forgetting to look for this. Hold on. We got a city court one. My bad. All right, on this one. Looks like you've been charged with criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, another criminal trespass, theft and shoplifting. On this one, I'm going to order you be held on bond and $500 cash is secured. You post bond, you're possessed or consume no alcoholic beverages, possess no firearms or weapons, no contact of any kind with the alleged victims, and do not go to the incident location. I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. The next hearing will be on August 16, 2024 at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Cranshaw. Okay, now we're done. Thank you, Ms. Dupont.
Judge, I don't know if this is possible, but since the old case, old felony matter is pre-indictment, I don't know if you can impose a nominal bond on the old matter, but that case is not before you, so I leave it to your discretion.
I bet you the lawyer will be able to talk the next judge into it.
Thank you.
I don't want to mess with that one anymore. Okay, thank you.
Good luck, ma'am. Ma'am.
You all right? All right.
Oh, yeah, yes. She goes. Yeah, you're done now. You're returning to talk to you, okay? Good luck to you. No.
You can go now. We're done, officers. You can take her.
Yeah. Hendrick.
Hello, can you tell me your name?
Waylon Hendricks.
All right, Mr. Hendricks, this is the time set for initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm going to do is set release conditions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hear first from the state, and then I'm going to hear from the lawyer next to you, and then I'll tell you what the release conditions are going to be. Go ahead, Ms. Nagley.
Judge, we're asking for a $2,500 bond. The defendant has an active NVCA flag. He has a history of failing to appear. And he's also, I think, being seen tonight on 5 pending misdemeanors, and has failure to appear history on those as well. So for those reasons, Judge, we're asking for the bond.
Very well. Your thoughts, counsel?
Your Honor, Mr. Hendricks has, I believe, one trial from 2022, but it's a property crime at its best, Your Honor. It's not a violent offense. So we ask you to give him one more chance on pretrial release. And Your Honor, for the record, the paraphernalia charge, it just says there was black residue. It doesn't say the black residue was consistent with drug use. So I ask that you've not found probable causes to that count, but there is probable cause for the theft of means charge. So we are asking for release at this time, if not a nominal $1,000 bond. Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Nagley, I believe counsel's right. I don't think there's, and upon further reflection, I don't think there's TC for the paraphernalia. Do you need to make a record?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm going to find no PC on the.
What is that, PC?
Okay. All right. When I'm going, and I'm sorry, Jen. What was your ask?
$2,500, Judge.
All right. On the I'll deal first with the justice court cases. I'm going to set bond and I have 3. Hold on. $2,500 cash is secured. Pretrial services, supervision, monitoring, and treatment if he does make bond. No alcohol, illegal drugs, surrender any firearms, possess no firearms, no contact with the alleged victims. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent him. Represent you, Mr. Hendricks. I'm sorry. The next hearing is a preliminary hearing on August 16, 2024 at 1:30 p.m.
Do you think you can get it a little bit closer?
Okay. We also have, looks like a misdemeanor shoplifting on that one in Pima County Justice Court. I'm going to set bond on that one. $100 cash is secured. Pretrial services if he posts bond, same conditions, no alcohol, illegal drugs, no firearms, no contact with the alleged victims. Don't go to the incident location. I'm going to appoint Doug Taylor to represent Mr. Hendricks on that. The next hearing is the criminal arraignment tomorrow at 1 p.m. Stand by. One more, and then I got to handle some of these others. And finally, we got one more. It looks like in Justice Court, another shoplifting. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $100 cash for secured. Pretrial services if he makes a bond. If you make bond, monitoring treatment is directed by pretrial services. No firearms, no alcohol, illegal drugs, no contact with the alleged victims, no return to the incident location. And again, Doug Taylor, counsel Doug Taylor is appointed on that. The next hearing on that one is the arraignment, which is tomorrow at 1 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. And are there any city court matters on this one? Of course there are. All right, now the city court matters. These are all warrants. So I can release him on his own. I can ROR and set him on that. What do you call it? NTR. Thank you. On this one, on these warrants, I'm going to release defendant on his own recognizance. and set the next hearing on the non-transport review calendar, September 4, 2024 at 2:30 PM. Appoint the city PD. Yeah. And I'm going to appoint the city PD to represent Mr. Hendricks on that one. Okay, I think I got all that. So you have 3 different courts. You got Superior Court, you got Justice Court, and you got City Court. You got to get this figured out, Mr. Hendricks. You're going to spend your life in jail if you don't. So I hope you get it figured out. If you post bond, make sure you show up. Thank you. You're done.
Mendes.
Hi, can you tell me your name?
Danny Boo Mendes.
Hello, Mr. Mendez. This is the time set for initial appearance in your case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm going to do tonight is set release conditions. I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from the guy next to you, the public defender's office, and then I'll tell you what the release conditions are and what happens next, okay?
Okay.
Nagley.
Judge, we're asking for the $500 bond that's listed in the warrant, given that he's previously been to pretrial services. And he was aware of the court date, but he didn't appear for the hearing.
Okay. Your thoughts, counsel?
Your Honor, we are asking for one last chance, given the nature of the offense, it's drug possession. Your Honor, yes, I will concede that the 500 seems reasonable, but Your Honor, Mr. Mendes missed court because he was having a medical surgery of some sort. He fell down and he had to have his leg taken care of. So, Your Honor, due to the nature of the charge, he has strong ties to Tucson, lived here 10 years. I understand he has priors, but he's asking the court for one last chance. Yeah, it was a dog bite. My apologies, Judge. And that's why he was in the hospital. Is what he reports.
I think the bond is warranted. I'm going to order bond in the amount of $500 cash is secured, be posted if he wants to be released. If he does post bond, pretrial services, monitoring and treatment is directed by pretrial services. No firearms, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to appoint the legal advocate's office to represent Mr. Mendes. The next hearing is the criminal arraignment, Pima County Superior Court, August 13, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mendes.
Thank you.
You're excused, sir. And Riner, that was one. They're still going to bring him up, right? Alma, they still going to bring him up? Riner? The one where I didn't find PC?
He's an excellent.
Huh? Okay. Hello, can you tell me your name?
I'll just try it.
All right, Mr. Riner, this is what's called the initial appearance calendar. What I did before you came out is I read what's called an interim complaint. Based on my read of the interim complaint, I determined based on the information I had in front of me that that there was insufficient probable cause to support the complaint. So I'm going to order you released. Okay. Thank you. We're done. Do I have to do anything on this screen? Just that, I don't have to put, oh, there it is, dismissed. Now, I think that's it, folks.
What about Sabrina? Sorry.
What about who?
Oh, she refused? Oh, okay, my bad. The last one, Judge, Sabrina Wright.
Yeah, I choose a refusal, I think.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh, that's silly.
But yes. Yeah, otherwise that's it. Thank you so much, Judge. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you guys too. Take care.
Bye, Judge. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Samina.
Bye, Jana.